What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Jasmine, aka Jazz Work From Home. So let's talk about accountability, y'all. It's something that people do not, a lot of people, and I won't say people, everybody, it's something that a lot of people do not want to talk about, okay? Because accountability forces you to look at yourself, not just point fingers at everybody else. Because when you point your fingers at everybody else, there are three more pointing back at you, okay? Because everybody loves to say, oh, it was such and so's fault. It was this circumstance that made me become who I am, and da-da-da-da-da. And I blame everybody. I know people to this day, years and years later, they still blaming somebody else for something that they chose to do. Something that they chose to do is somebody else's fault, right? When I started taking accountability for my life, I stopped blaming the job. I stopped blaming my circumstances. I stopped blaming people. Life changed. Life changed. I began to stop holding my head down in shame, and I started to hold it up high. Because that's you want to know how one of the ways to become powerful, admit that it was your fault. Now, it could be, there's two things that could be true at one time, okay? It could be somebody else's fault, but it also can be your fault too. Take back your power by saying, okay, they got me. They tricked me. I was not paying attention. I allowed how I felt about the person to let my walls down and my guard down a little too much. I was a little too nice to that person. I was a little too trusting to that person. They got me in the back. They got me good. But that's okay, because that was my bad. It was their fault too, a little bit. But my portion, I had a part to play in it. Versus, no, they betrayed me, and and now they did, okay, they did, and they gonna pay for what they did. But you got to take responsibility too. It's like the friend, right, that steals and robs from people, right? They going in everybody else's house, breaking and entering, and they taking, and you know it. You think it's funny, or you may not think it's funny. I don't know. But then there comes a day when they do it to you. And here you are. Oh, I'm so mad. I can't believe. But you have a part to play in that, because you knew that they did these things. Just because they was not doing it to you to begin with, that didn't mean you sit there and you stay in a friendship like that. And this is what I'm talking about. The accountability part comes in. You knew they were like that. When you started to see the little signs, when they, and you still chose to sit by their side. This is where accountability has to come in. Well, what are you saying? It was all right for them to take from me? I'm not saying it's all right for them to take from you, but you knew this about them. You knew they were a thief. But see, the problem is, well, a lot of us as people, because they're doing it to other people and not us, we don't think that we're going to be a target soon. And then when we become the target and it happens to us, we're surprised. And then we don't want to take no accountability. When you start taking accountability for what you allowed, you'll feel so much better. It hurts. I'm not going to lie, but you'll feel so much better, because you're going to become so much powerful when you stop blaming everybody else and you realize your fault in your situations too.